In the quiet space between one breath and the next, there is a place where the mind rests, free from the weight of yesterday and untouched by the fears of tomorrow. It is in this sacred stillness that the true power of letting go begins. Many hold tightly to memories, expectations, and desires, believing that clinging will bring safety. Yet the more tightly we grip, the more we suffer. Life is like a flowing river, ever changing, ever moving. When we try to hold the water in our hands, it slips away, leaving us frustrated and empty. But when we allow it to flow, it nourishes the land, fills the oceans, and becomes something far greater than what we could contain. Letting go is not about losing. It is about releasing the burden that never truly belonged to us. It is the freedom that arises when we understand that everything is impermanent, every thought, every emotion, every moment we have ever lived. Nothing stays, and nothing was ever meant to stay. Consider a traveler carrying a heavy bag along a long road. With each step, the weight grows. The journey becomes harder, the mind becomes clouded, and the heart becomes weary. But the moment the traveler sets the bag down, the body rises, the breath deepens, and the path ahead becomes clear. This is the simple truth of letting go. When we release what is unnecessary, we uncover the peace that was always within us. Letting go of anger softens the heart. Letting go of fear strengthens the spirit. Letting go of expectations opens the door to wonder. Letting go of the past allows the present to shine. And yet, letting go does not mean indifference. It means meeting each moment with openness, accepting life as it comes, and allowing everything to be as it is. It means loving fully without trying to possess. It means caring deeply without demanding in return. It means walking forward without dragging behind us the shadows of what has already passed. Every moment offers a choice, to cling or to release, to resist or to flow, to fear or to trust. When the heart learns to release, it becomes light, like a bird rising into the sky. When the mind learns to release, it becomes clear, like a still pond reflecting the moon. In letting go, we rediscover our true nature, calm, spacious, and free. So take a breath. Feel the rise and fall of life moving through you. Notice what you cling to: an expectation, a memory, a wound, a desire. Hold it gently, thank it for what it has taught you, and then let it drift away like a leaf carried by the wind. For the power of letting go is the power to return to yourself, to return to peace, to return to the simplicity of being fully here, fully alive, fully free. Clinging to memories, expectations, and desires creates unnecessary pain, while releasing them brings peace. Letting go brings freedom from suffering, because much of the pain we carry is not created by the world around us, but by the way we cling to it. We hold on to moments that have already passed, to words that can no longer be changed, and to expectations that were never promised to us. This clinging becomes a chain that binds the heart, a weight that grows heavier with every passing day. When we learn to release this attachment, the chain loosens, the weight lifts, and the world begins to feel lighter, more spacious, and more compassionate. Suffering often arises from the belief that things should have been different. We imagine alternate outcomes, replay old conversations, or rewrite past events in our minds. But the past is unchangeable, and holding on to it is like trying to grasp smoke. The more tightly we try to contain it, the more it slips through our fingers. Letting go allows us to acknowledge what has happened without becoming trapped within it. It gives us permission to accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This acceptance becomes a doorway to peace. There is a deep exhaustion that comes from carrying emotional burdens. Anger, regret, disappointment, and guilt cling to us like stones in the pockets of a drowning swimmer. We do not always realize how heavy these stones have become because we grow used to their weight. But when we finally decide to let them fall away, even slightly, we discover a lightness that feels almost unfamiliar. The breath becomes easier, the heart becomes softer. We realize that suffering was never an inevitable part of life, it was simply the result of holding on to what we were meant to release. Letting go does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean dismissing our experiences. It is an act of clarity, not denial. To let go is to honor what has happened, to understand what it has taught us, and then to free ourselves from the grip it holds over our lives. It is to say, "This has shaped me, but it does not define me." In this way, letting go becomes an act of empowerment. It transforms suffering into wisdom. The desire to control is another source of suffering. We want certainty in an uncertain world. We want people to act as we expect, circumstances to unfold as we hope, and life to follow the script we have written in our minds. But life is fluid, unpredictable, and beyond our command. When we cling to control, we fight against the natural flow of existence, and this resistance brings frustration and fear. When we let go of control, we allow life to reveal itself without force. We begin to trust the unfolding of each moment. In this trust, suffering dissolves. Sometimes suffering comes from holding on to relationships that have already ended, not always outwardly but inwardly. We cling to the idea of how things used to be, or how we wished they would become. Letting go in this context is a gentle release, a recognition that people change, paths diverge, and love shifts in form. To hold on tightly is to remain stuck in a chapter that is no longer being written. To let go is to allow both yourself and others the freedom to grow. In moments of difficulty, the mind often adds layers of suffering by resisting the present moment. A painful experience arises, and instead of moving through it naturally, we cling to it with thoughts such as, "This should not be happening," or "I cannot bear this." The pain itself may be unavoidable, but the additional suffering is created by this mental struggle. Letting go means softening that resistance and allowing life to move through us. It is not a passive surrender, but an active willingness to experience reality without tightening against it. Letting go also brings freedom because it reconnects us to the present. When we cling to the past or worry about the future, we miss the only moment that truly exists, the one happening now. The present moment is peaceful by nature. It is our attachments that disturb it. When we release those attachments, the present becomes clear, open, and alive. We rediscover simple joys that were always there, but hidden beneath our mental noise. Ultimately, letting go is an act of compassion towards oneself. It is recognizing that the heart deserves peace, that the mind deserves rest, and that the soul deserves freedom. Suffering thrives in tightness, in grasping, in holding on. Freedom arises in release, in softness, in allowing things to be. When we let go, we do not lose anything essential. We gain space, clarity, and the quiet wisdom that comes from being fully aligned with the rhythm of life. Impermanence is the foundation of freedom. Everything in life changes. Recognizing this helps us stop holding on to what was never meant to stay. Releasing emotional burdens reveals inner clarity. Like a traveler dropping a heavy load, letting go clears the mind and lightens the heart. Letting go is not indifference but acceptance. It means meeting each moment openly, loving without attachment, and allowing life to unfold naturally. True peace arises from releasing the past. When we stop carrying old fears, hurts, and expectations, we reconnect with the present moment and our true inner calm.